Boom! Biomutant here. No, I don't know how to intro these, but I'm trying to be more, I guess, excited for these videos. Sound more excited for these videos. Because otherwise, if this is just gonna be um, some war matchups for just an archive, then why I'm recording my voice for this. So I'm gonna try and be more excited. And honestly, this war, there is not too much to be excited about. First off, we are facing SAS. They ended fourth in Masters last season, ending, I think, Masters quite a lot, if not every single season so far. Um, but yeah, they are known as a super strong alliance war alliance. And that was not YouTube freezing, that was actually my game. And actually, looking at this, I should have delayed my fights. That was already a freeze, and I should have. Damn, I didn't realize that it actually froze like that. Probably was distracted by something else and didn't see the freeze there. And why I'm mentioning this, as you also could tell from the title and thumbnail, there's a big freeze, and that results um, to me giving a death. And as I mentioned, I want to be excited for this war. But first of all, well, even though it's against the top Master Alliance, we can't really win, or we don't expect to win. That doesn't mean we can't be excited, because I think a lot of people are actually excited to be fighting these alliances. With a mix of alliances we actually also have a chance against, of course. A right balance is always a good thing. Um, but of course, first matchup, and it's the freeze will be happening here. So I don't want to say it demotivated me, but it's hard to stay, of course, excited, because this death doesn't mean really a lot in this war. Of course, it was my first fight, and I was like, oh shit, but I brushed it off quite quickly. Compared to my previous war where I died, there I was a little pissed for a little longer, um, till the moment we saw that, okay, we will win this war. But there I'm still pissed because I don't want to die in these wars. I don't want to die in any war, actually. Um, but here it's annoying because all my other fights went well. I had a lot of Quake fights. I didn't have any minis, but I didn't mind, especially this war, because here you saw a full 4-second freeze, and to make it even worse, we have dropped input twice in a row. Maybe with the first heavy from Nick Fury, you can, oh, you reacted too late, maybe you were still kind of messed up from that freeze, maybe. But in my point of view, I dashed back. Then before he connected that full combo, I also dashed back. Here I paused. I tried to take a screenshot. As you can see, it is not working. He had an SP3, so that's why I paused, because I was sure I was dead. And here, wait, what kind of weird pause was that? Like, is this edited? No, it's not edited at all. It was kind of lag. It pauses again, probably from me tapping the screen to reduce the incoming SP3 damage, because as you saw there as well, it seemed like I didn't tap my screen to reduce SP3 damage, which I definitely did. So there I definitely knew that my inputs weren't working, as well as you could hear the sound actually of like Nick Fury's bomb still going off from his SP3 animation while paused. So I mean, I guess this is kind of video proof what happened, and I don't think I really could have done anything better to prevent it besides delaying my fights, or just playing on a better phone, I guess, but I don't have one available. So yeah, I finished this fight with Quake, as you saw. Uh, like the regen didn't trigger um, because I started my heavy during the walk-in. Um, so it is actually a fairly easy Quake fight, but it's a rank training Fury class disadvantage. Um, yeah, I didn't do this fight straight away, as you saw my green boost when like expired, and I put on a Fury boost because I didn't want to lose much health with Quake from them running Despair and me running Suicides. Uh, so when you use a green boost, it gives you more health, or a health boost, of course, as well. And you will lose more health because the suicide masteries are based on your max health. Um, so yeah, but for this I do need to revive Omega Red. So again, it's less potions because the green boost expired, even though it was only a 10%er. Um, I first used what 4 potions, and I went back in, say like, okay, let's use or let's stop him off a little bit more. Don't want to make, I guess, don't want to make more mistakes, but this is why this was kind of frustrating, more frustrating even compared to last war where I died to Hitmonkey, because there actually was a good example of, yeah, actually, my inputs did drop from that special one then, but the thing there is I made a mistake because I didn't die from what happened there. I survived and I could have come back easily, but I made an error pushing Hitmonkey over an SP2, then using my SP3, etc. So that's quite unfortunate. Here, I actually couldn't have done anything much more. I was close to my SP3, so yes, I could maybe. I needed one hit, but of course, Nick Fury um, walked into me, or like he was charging a medium while unblockable, so I couldn't parry while at 3 bars of power, so really couldn't do much. And that's also a reason that someone else took the Man-Thing, or actually I kind of asked, or someone mentioned it, can I, or should I take Man-Thing? And then I even mentioned like, yeah, go for it, because I don't trust me doing Quake parry style with these freezes. And yes, there's another Quake fight coming, well, 3 Quake fights actually. And one scary one as well, because the other ones I was sure that, okay, I can do this even with a freeze. This Mixed Master Cork, again, very basic. Here he did shrug like a parry, which, well, it can happen, but um, yeah, it just delayed me locking spores, as well as you saw one good intercept and one better intercept, and actually very funny as well that I only saw that now, but he did actually light intercept. I went in with a medium because he was like, yeah, it was like openly inviting me to hit him, and even if it was on his block, I was hoping to be unblockable or whatever. Um, but it hit a light intercept, which is actually quite funny looking at it, that the AI can light intercept like that. Um, but of course he was not blocking and then light intercepted me, but yeah, just weird. Um, but even getting hit there, not bad. I'm at 100% health because of my SP3. Should have probably done my SP3 a little bit later, because here I still had to do some hits and I took some blocked hits and some damage, so I didn't finish the fight at 100% health. And here is the Quake fight, also as you see a little bit laggy. And this, well, I can't use Omega Red, I can't use Sabertooth. Um, I have to use Quake, and what I'm doing here, so I still had my orange boost. So here I'm using a regen boost because I'm maxed on them. So, and this reduces the incoming damage from suicides a bit. And I thought maybe there are chances that I have to parry. And again, also in this fight, there is a freeze. And this was actually also a very scary freeze. Um, because you can actually see the exact moment that Warlock is dashing at me with a medium. So he's like rolling and it freezes right in front of me. Because that's where I also said like I can probably do the Manting fight, but if there is a freeze or whatever, I have to hope that it's that he is just like he just dashed back or my aftershock is just going off, so he's stunned or whatever. Because here is the freeze, and that's scary, man. Like he's right in that dash, connecting, and then in that moment I'm not sure. Wait, did I already auto evade or not? Right. Um, so I don't know if I want to block, because if I block, the problem if I block, there's a chance he hits me before I really block, or if I didn't auto evade yet, that I'm releasing my heavy and he will hit me. Because if I auto evaded and I block, then I would have just taken a hit on the block. Um, but I assume there are also chances that he would have connected his medium. In the end, it went fine. Of course, then this war was kind of lost, so that's also why I wasn't um, I wasn't too I didn't have that much stress quaking. Well, I would say in section one, were we already losing by much? I don't really think so, but even if we weren't losing by a lot or whatever, I don't think people were really expecting to go that it would go our way in the second part of the war. Which is here I'm quaking, Gulk, of course, can't another freeze, but I can't really use Omega Red because he triggers face me. Um, and yeah, he can outdamage him. It's not fun at all. Plus, I don't have. Well, I don't really want to use specials, but I guess if I would lose my spores, then I would want to throw a special 2 to get more than 10 up. But anyways, why I'm even mentioning that? Because you never want to use Omega Red versus Gulk. The only matchup you actually want face me to well, I wouldn't say you want face me to trigger, but it's something I've done in the Odin tiers, Odin gauntlets in the side event quest, is using Torch with pre-fight against that Gulk with heal reversal. Um, there doesn't need to be heal reversal because Torch already heal reverses, and with Despair it's even better. Although I'm not sure it actually counts with Nova Flames because those are passives. But besides that, you get up to 20 temperature, or well, if you have a Nova Flame activated, even better, because he triggers Face Me. But if you have 5 or more Nova Flames, you're actually reversing the regen he would who would take. So it's like you do 100% damage, he would heal 70% from it from Face Me. You're now reversing that. If you're reversing that health gain with 100%, again, you're melting. And in tier 9, that Gulk already has heal reversal, so it's even better. Here in Omega Red fight, again, super easy Omega Red fight. Um, but I'm quite off this war just because of what happened. Um, So I wouldn't say these are my optimal Omega Red fights, but this store fight is probably very, I would say, clean, because I refreshed my degen, kind of point, no spores lost, another freeze right here. Not quite to 30 spores, but the only thing that really matters is getting a, like 20 plus spores, I would say, without them falling off, which is quite nice. Then I have the Nova end of pet mini. I'm not. No, I don't think pet 1 and pet 3 had a quake, so they didn't take it. I did heal up here because I just didn't want to die. Um, and wait, did I actually? Wait, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I'm looking at if there was any minis. I was still gonna, or I had to take or whatever. Actually, I could have taken that Invisible Woman mini. Damn. No, but I didn't want to with the state, the game, or and when my phone wasn't, and also my mind. I did heal. I used level 3 pots because yeah, that's why I checked actually. So I knew if I had to use level 4 or level 3 pots, because I had only 8 items left from me healing in the beginning, or like reviving and healing Omega Red. Um, and here I didn't really want to start at 50% health, because yeah, I already would lose 10% from suicide, or actually 8%, but with despair probably more to 10, 12%, and then my poison being on me the entire time, and him running Despair. Is he actually running Despair? Yes. So I'm taking 110 damage from the poison and only healing 73. So I'm losing 1% maybe every few seconds or so. I wouldn't say that much, like that big of a deal, but I wouldn't like it would make it scarier taking maybe a hit or a hit on the block even. So I did a heal up to be sure. Um, but of course, it's nice here another freeze. It's nice to have courage trigger, of course. Um, but if I then would end up with below 18% health, and he or she runs the assassin mastery, well then I'm kind of screwed. Um, so no need to take risks here, even though I could take any risk in this war basically because this was already lost, right? But still no actual reason to it, so I didn't. So I healed up, I would say. And yeah, and that's the end of my war. And honestly, most of the fights went well. I mean, almost every fight had a freeze, and of course, the hardest fight I had, there I had a 4 second freeze, the longest freeze, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, I guess that's it for me this war. I hope next war will be better. Probably a bit of an easier war, I assume, because we now lost to SAS. Um, I say easier, but just like probably it won't be a Master Alliance, I assume. Um, and that's already a plus. And I hope the lag is a little bit less, but we'll see that for next war. Bye.